structural reform launched 5 years ago will be under review in a meeting that began in Cebu City today. The full story from Jade Miguel.
The APEC Structural Reform Ministerial Meeting, or SRMM, has started today here in Cebu City. This is the second SRMM since 2010, which was first held in Australia. This year's SRMM, hosted by the Philippines, ministers coming from 21 APEC economies will review the progress of the APEC new strategy for structural reform launched in 2010. But what does structural reform actually mean? Structural reform aims to change government policies and regulations to fasten business transactions. In Regional Conference of Services Coalitions and Services Industries, APEC member economies shared their best practices in structural reform to enable other countries to achieve inclusive growth. One of the recommendations is the mutual expect and inspect between and the private sector to ensure efficient delivery of goods and services.
Let them expect the government and inspect the government, but let the government also expect from them and inspect, because a lot of the problems is from the private sector. They have cartels in transportation, right? They have all these things. So you've got to make sure that there's mutual watching, mutual expectation, and that's got to make sure that we have services at the core.
Meanwhile, Chinese Taipei shared their experiences behind the success of their information and communication technology, or ICT, sector.
While ICT seeks innovation in modern technologies and design, the OEM-ODM model enables Chinese Taipei to provide integrated services, such as electronic manufacturing service. I would like to point out that the strengths in the ICT sectors depends largely on the development and the quality of public infrastructure in Chinese Taipei.
On the succeeding days, more discussions will be held on structural reform. That will be the outcome of the post-2015 agenda for the ASEAN region, which will guide and further enhance structural reform initiatives from 2016 to 2020. For the People's Television, this is Jade Miguel reporting.